Hello and welcome to Matific. My name's Ilana and today I'm going to take you through the Matific Student Platform so that you will see exactly what a student experiences when they log into Matific. To get them started, they need to go to any browser into matific.com, or if they're using a tablet, please ensure that they have the latest version of the Matific app downloaded, and then they can log in that way. So I'm going to log in as my student Braden, who is in year 1. I simply go to log in. I put in Braden's username and his password. And enter. The first screen that it takes me through checks that the device that I am using is going to optimally support the Matific experience. This second screen checks the connectivity to ensure that it will also optimally support the Matific experience. You can now see the Matific Student Platform. I'm going to go through every aspect of this platform with you so that you understand exactly how students use it. However, let's just touch on the gamification aspect of it first. This is the exciting part for the students. When they log into Matific for the very first time, they will be presented with an avatar that they can then name. And as they work through activities in Matific, they can earn gold stars, which are then converted into coins for them to purchase enhancements. You can see that this avatar has purchased a hat, but they can purchase hair, facial features, outfits, etc. And they can also upgrade their flying machine. This adventure book keeps a tab of all the achievements that they have earned, and it is something that brings a lot of joy to students. Here you can see how many gold stars they have earned towards their target, which is a weekly target, and how many gold coins they have accrued, which they can use to purchase enhancements for their avatar or their flying machine. We can also see that this individual student's quest has been set to 30 minutes per week and that they have so far participated in 4 of those 30 minutes. This is something that the teacher or parent can set. So let's go to the various islands in the student map. Let's go to Adventure Island first. If you remember the A and the I in Adventure Island, you'll then remember that this particular part of the student portal is powered by AI, or artificial intelligence. When a student goes to Adventure Island for the very first time, as long as they are above kindergarten level, so year or grade 1 and above, they will be set a placement test, as long as the teacher or the parent has actually set this test for them. When they participate in the placement test, which has approximately 10 questions, they will be tested on up to the last 2 years of their learning, and is chronological. So depending on the time of the year that you set them the placement test, it will take them back exactly up to 2 years to check if there are any gaps in their foundational learning. This is why it's not available for kindergarten age students, because obviously there is no prior learning. But for year 1, it will take them back chronologically to a year ago, year 2, 2 years ago, and so forth. And it will ensure that there are no gaps in their foundational learning. If there are no gaps, it will set them at the year level. As I mentioned, Braden is a year 1 student, so it will either set Braden at year 1, or the placement test may detect that Braden is more suited to be at a year 2 level. So this will automatically be detected by the artificial intelligence, and Braden will be taken on his own unique adaptive learning journey through hundreds and hundreds of activities. And as he goes through, as I mentioned, it's adaptive. As he improves, the work that is presented to him will also become more challenging. For students who are detected to be below class level, it will move them back to where they should be, again, as indicated by the placement test. The learning level can only be changed by the student participating in the placement test or the teacher or parent changing manually the learning level for that particular student. So let's get started. Let's go into Adventure Island. We just click on it.
Hello there, explorer. My name's Elgar. I've been studying this strange island for years and found something interesting. I'll show you when we meet.
Okay, so we now click on Continue. And I'm going to turn that sound off for now. However, I will turn it back on when we participate in an activity so that you can see that in addition to verbal cues, there is also a spoken introduction to each activity or spoken instructions. I can see here that Braden has at least looked at 4 activities, and I know that because there are stars above each of these 4 activities. He has not looked at activity number 5, as evidenced by the fact that there are no stars above it. We can see here that Braden has attempted the first activity and earned 3 out of a possible 5 gold stars. What has happened here is Braden has either decided not to continue with this session after earning 3 gold stars, or perhaps has not scored all the answers correctly and therefore has not scored the possible 5 gold stars. In these examples, we can see that Braden has looked at the activity, but he has either chosen not to participate in it at the time, or alternatively, he has gone through the activity but has not earned any gold stars. Let's have a look at one of the activities that Braden has participated in. Okay, so we can see here that, sorry, I'll just actually turn back on the sound. Okay, so we can see here that we want to put the springs into the correct holes to bounce the ball into the net. It's currently sitting at place number 1. And we want it to go up by 4. So the first answer has been provided for you or for the student. Let's just click go and see what happens. It bounces into the correct. And there's fanfare. And then the student can attempt the next activity. So they continue to participate in this activity, or if they decide to start again, they can reset it up here. Or they can choose to go out of this activity now. We didn't earn any gold stars in that session, as you can see. Let's go to activity number 5.
How many blue jeans are in the whole area?
Okay, so you can see that there's been given both a verbal and an audio instruction, and we want to know how many blue jeans are in the whole area. So let's see what happens when we get the answer right. We can see that there are 4 blue jeans. Oh, there are not 4 blue jeans in the whole area. What we have to do is we have to look further into the area. So there are 4 blue jeans on the first screen, another 4 on the second screen, and there are none on this screen. There are another 4 here. So we know so far that we've got 3 lots of 4s, so there are 12. So let's now put in the number 12. And we got that answer right. So there was
How
some
many green dresses are in the whole area?
Okay, let's get this answer wrong on purpose because I want you to see again what happens when a student gets the answer wrong. You saw that there was fanfare when they got the answer right. But let's see what happens when they get the answer wrong. So there's one green dress here. There are another 2 here, so that makes 3. There are another 3 here, that makes 6. And there's another one here that makes 7 in total. So let's say, because we're getting the answer wrong, there are 5. And we click on. There's no big red cross. There's just a little jiggle and a suggestion to you to go back and count again. Let's get it wrong again. 3 here, 1 here, so that's 4. Another 2 here is 6. And another one here is 7. Let's get it wrong again. Again, the little jiggle and the indication to go through and check again. We already know that our answer is 7, but let's get it wrong again. So no big red cross. Once the student has scored incorrectly 3 times, it will show them the answer. It will not provide them with the answer. Rather, it will enhance their conceptual understanding of what they need to do. They need to go back and they need to count. So let's go out of this activity now and go back to the main map. Okay, and we can now see that the next activity has been unlocked. Once a student gets up to activity number 10 and they have not earned gold stars in all activities, it will not allow them to progress further until they have gone back. And just bear in mind that each time they repeat an activity, most of the Matific activities provide them with a different subset of questions every time they attempt it. So whilst they'll recognise the activity, it will be a different set of questions that they will be asked. Let's now go back to the main student portal, and I'm going to show you the assigned work island. So if you just remember Adventure Island, AI, artificial intelligence, the intelligent algorithm will, through the placement test or through a teacher manually setting the correct level for the student, take the student through their own unique adaptive journey. And they can work independently, autonomously. There needs to be no teacher participation or parent participation in Adventure Island, as long as the level is set correctly for that individual student. Okay, so let's have a look at the assigned work island. On the assigned work island, you can see that there are 3 separate doors. That is because there are 3 possible areas where work can be assigned, either as schoolwork, as homework, or as work assigned by parents. which can be turned off, and we'll go through that when we go through the teacher platform in a separate instructional video. Let's go into assigned work. Okay, and we can see, because there was not an option there of 3 doors to be opened, we can actually see that there has only been one set of work that has been set. It's either schoolwork or homework or parent assigned work. We can see here that there are 3 activities that are overdue. 5 out of 9 activities that were set, and this is work that has been manually set by the teacher or parent, have been attempted. Okay, so if we scroll through, the difference that you will notice immediately between this and Adventure Island is that in Adventure Island, once they had unlocked a certain number of activities, all the other activities were locked, and the previous activity had to be attempted in order to open the next activity. What is different in assigned work is that it is all presented at the right time, and it also gives you these roadmaps to let you know how late the student is in completing the activity. In exactly the same way, you'll see the student has not attempted activity number 1. Sorry, they have attempted activity number 1. They have not attempted activity number 2, as indicated by the red dot and the fact that there are no stars. They have attempted these activities, they've done well and earned gold stars, 5 gold stars in numerous activities. And then they can keep attempting the other activities that have been set. Let's go back again to the main map. Let's now look at the training zone. Okay, so in the training zone, a student can challenge themselves to work on a particular skill where they need to improve, or they can just practice that skill if it's something that they enjoy doing. Again, this has been set to year 1 because I know that my student Braden is a year 1 student, and Braden can come in here and practice any of the activities, continue to earn stars for their avatar, but they can challenge themselves either at level, they can make it easier for themselves, or if they're feeling particularly adventurous, they can make it harder for themselves and practice at a more difficult level. Again, I'll go back to the main student platform and I will show you the last part of the platform that we need to go through, which is Arena. Let's click on Arena. Arena is an area that the student can go to and either challenge the computer to a match. They can join an existing match if one has been set for them by one of their classmates or even their teacher, or they can create a match. Now, what this area does is it continues to earn them stars. So the gamification aspect of Matific is very much at play in Arena, but it also encourages speed and fluency because they're working against the clock. So let's start a quick match here. Okay, so we can see that students have joined us. Okay, and now the match is ready to start. Okay, like I said, it's to build fluency.
Write the number in words using the paper stripes.
Okay, so let's get it right. So this is to build, speed and fluency. And then they just go through the activity. Here we go. You see that as they progress up here at the top. And there's all the fanfare as they get the answers right. Okay, we're racing against the clock here. Okay, we can see that we've earned 5 gold stars and we can continue. But first, let's rate it. We loved this activity. It was awesome. And now we can continue and see who earned the place of the winner. And it was me. And then we can start another game. That is the student platform. So let's go in and log out